My name is Susan, and this is Gentle Yoga. And we're going to start our practice laying on our back today. So feel free to put together a folded blanket if you want to have that to rest on. And I will mute microphones for right now. And if you need help during class, feel free to turn your microphones on. If there's any tech issues, feel free to turn your mics on. And otherwise, we'll chat at the end. So let's lay on your back. And we're going to start by really focusing on breathing. So just put the feet flat on the floor so that you feel your lower back kind of settling down here nicely. And just get your neck in a comfortable position. Feel the backs of the shoulders just melting down onto the floor. And just start to notice your breath. Feel the air coming through the nostrils and filling the lungs. And feel the old energy leaving the lungs and flowing back out through the nostrils. And now take your hands on your abdomen and just breathe in the belly. Inhale and feel like there's a small balloon inflating inside the abdomen. And then as you exhale, feel like you're letting the air out. Now let's wrap the hands around the rib cage and let's allow the breath to rise a little bit. So after you inflate the belly and feel the rib cage expand and release. Just feel those intercostal muscles between the ribs expanding and contracting. Now take your hands up on your shoulders and now let the breath expand further. So feel the belly expand, then the rib cage, and then your chest. And then the belly relaxes the rib cage and the chest. So you feel a little bit of a lift in the collarbone and a lowering in the collarbone. Now just relax your arms at the side of the body and just notice that three-part breath. Belly, rib cage, and chest expand. Belly softens, rib cage softens, chest lowers. Just feel that wave-like flow of your breath. Mm, Do that one more time. And then just come back to your normal breathing rhythm. Just let the breath flow very naturally. And pause for a moment to set an intention for your practice today. It can be a positive word or affirmation that you stay aware of, along with your breath. Now let's draw the knees into the chest and draw some circles. Massage the lower back. Now reverse direction. And now relax the arms and pedal the feet. Keep the pelvis tucked under so the lower back is in contact with the mat. Follow your breath as you pedal and start to wake up your core muscles. Now reverse direction. Now let's extend the legs up and reach the arms up. And we'll do an alternate arm leg split. Remember, you can do a very small split or you can do a large split. Make sure the lower back stays down and that you feel stable in the back and the abdomen. When you're using your girdle muscles and your core, your stomach isn't really sticking out a lot because of you doing the core work. You're kind of engaging those girdle muscles and pulling the belly back and up a little bit. And do that a couple more times. Now let's open the arms in a wide T and circle the legs. Just spiral the legs. Stay nice and stable. In transverse abdominals are active, along with the rectus abdominis, a little bit of the lateral abdominals too, the obliques. Okay, now let's reverse directions. Keeping your torso nice and stable on the earth. Now bring the knees back in toward the chest. And then kind of wrap your hands around the fronts of the knees and take the knees toward the armpits. A little bit broader lower back stretch here. And now release and let the feet float down. And let's inhale and lift a bridge, lifting the right arm overhead and lower down. And then left arm comes up and lower down. And then let the knees come into the chest and bring the feet down. Again, right arm comes up, bridge, and left arm comes up. And take the knees into the chest And let's do that one more time. Right arm, inhale and exhale. Left arm, just peel the lower back up and melt it back down. And knees in toward the chest. And let the feet float down. Now rest the palms on the floor. And let's do a little activity to stabilize the knee joint. So extend the right leg, pelvis is rolled under. Exhale, lift the leg, and inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift, and lower down. Contract the thigh muscles so you feel that stability in the thigh and around the knee joint. And now lift the leg up so the thighs are parallel to each other, and inhale, bend, exhale, extend, tighten. I'm always trying to work on things that help to stabilize your joints for your yoga practice and for your daily living. Just on that extension, just feel that contraction, all the ligaments and tendons and muscles working together here around the knee joint. Couple more. And now float the foot back down, keeping the pelvis tucked under. Extend your left leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale, float down. Remember, only about the first 45 degrees of the lift is really working against gravity. So I just recommend just lifting to about 45 and going back down without letting the heel touch the floor. Couple more. And now bring the leg up. Thighs are parallel. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend, tighten. And let's do a couple more. Nice job. Set the foot down. And now draw the knees to chest. Circle the knees away from each other and together. Follow your breath. Start to wake up the hip joint a little bit. Now reverse directions. Now take the feet down. Just touch the ankles together and then open the knees out and then exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Couple more. And then open. Bring the soles of the feet together and possibly lift your hips up, rest them down, and then rest your hands on your inner thighs. Just feel that opening in your hips. And now just close the knees together again and extend your right leg up. Take the hands behind the thighs and stretch the left leg out. And just come into a hamstring stretch. Keep the leg relatively straight so you really feel that in the hamstring. Try to relax the backs of the shoulders and then hug your right knee in. Start to stretch in the psoas. If you want a little more stretch, you can gently slide your left heel down. Now rest your foot on the inner thigh, left hand on the outside of the knee. Open the right arm and then just melt into the twist. Stay with your breath. Your breath does so much to help you relax into these stretches and helps keep you present in your practice. Now release it. Bend the left leg. Cross the right foot over the left, flexing the feet and coming into figure 4. Now release. Uncross the legs. And now extend your left leg up. Take the hand behind the thigh and then stretch the right leg out. Gently come into your hamstring stretch. Melt the backs of the shoulders down toward the mat. Feel the easy flow of your breath. Now take the knee in toward the chest. Slide the right heel down. Feeling that stretch in the psoas that weaves into the pelvic bone. Now rest your foot on your inner thigh. Right hand on the outside of the knee. Open the left arm, look left, and just melt into the twist. Let this happen very naturally. So we all have different amounts of mobility in the spine, and we don't want to force ourselves into a twist. Now release it. Now bend the right leg, put the foot flat, cross the left over the right, flexing the feet to stabilize the knee joints. Coming in a figure four with the hands around the back of the thigh or the front of the knee. And you can even use a stretch strap here around the back of the thigh if that feels better for you. Just by being present every phase of your practice can just evolve in a natural way that feels right for your body. Now release it, uncross the legs, walk the feet toward the outer edges of the mat, and open the arms in a wide T. And let's just do some easy windshield wiper, side to side. Feel free to let the head softly drift the opposite direction of the knees if that feels nice to you. Sometimes during the practice, you might just feel like you need to do a certain pose that just feels good to you at the time, and that's always fine. Now let's just roll over onto your side and come up onto all fours. Feel free to put a folded blanket underneath your knees for a little cushioning. Let's take the hands underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. And let's roll through some cat and cows. Just exhale, tuck the pelvis, lower the head, and let the spine rise to the sky. And inhale, lower the belly, bring the heart forward, and extending the hips and the head. Round and flatten. And honor the range of motion that feels right to you in your spine right now. And let's do that one more time. And now take the spine into a neutral position. Take an inhale and then exhale. Look over your right shoulder and swing the hip to the right, lateral flexion. Inhale back to the center and then exhale, looking to the left, hip coming to the left. Just sway it to the right and to the left. One more each side. Nice and slow and fluid. And now let's do a big hip circle. Inhale, drop the hips forward. Exhale, roll to the right, roll to the back, roll to the left. And you're going to round the spine a little to the top and flatten at the bottom. Just nice and fluid. Now, for any reason being on your wrists is bothersome, feel free to come down on your forearms. Now, reverse directions. Let the range of motion here just come naturally to you as your spine starts to waken up. And coming back to the center. Now let's melt back into extended child's pose. Remember, you don't have to go all the way back. Maybe you want to put a block behind your thighs to keep you from going back so far that your knees are uncomfortable. Or maybe you want to rest your forehead on the block, especially if you tend to feel lightheaded when the head is below the heart. Then try this block under the head. It can be quite nice. Now let's slowly emerge from our child's pose and let's curl the toes under and push up to a downward facing dog, lengthening the whole back of your body. Calves and hamstring stretching, latissimus dorsi stretching. Oh, and just feel the cervical spine opening back up after all that texting you did earlier. Now let's take the knees down, tops of the feet down, and let's melt down into extended child's pose again. And walk your hands over to the right, allowing your side body to stretch out a little bit here. And walk to the center and walk over to the left. And walk back to the center. And let's come up onto the hands and knees. Curl the toes under, coming back to downward facing dog. Let's inhale and stretch the left leg up. Circle the ankle. Nice fluid breath. Reverse. Nice big circles. Now lower the foot. Take the knees down, tops the feet down. Come down to child's pose and sweep the hands back toward the ankles. Let the palms face upward here. Our hands alongside the ears, slowly bring it up. Hands come back down under the shoulders, curl the toes under, lift up to downward facing dog. And now stretch your left leg up and circle the ankle. Just feeling that range of motion here. Instead of going quick, just go slow and big and reverse directions. Now lower the foot to the mat. Take the knees down, tops the feet down. Come down to extended child's pose. And this time, just take the left hand back and walk the right fingertips out. Tent the fingers so you get a little extra stretch for the lats. And now stretch the left arm in front and take the right hand back to your right ankle and tent those left fingertips. Now bring your right hand forward and slowly come up. Let's curl the toes under, push back up to downward facing dog. And we're going to slowly walk the feet toward the hands and come into your forward fold. Connect to the mat, to your feet, to your lower legs, or block. And you'll notice I bend my knees quite a bit. It just takes pressure off the low back and it feels better to me. Anytime you're feeling pressure in the lower back in downward dog or forward fold, just bending the knees can really help. Soften the knees a little more. Inhale up to tall mountain. And exhale, bring the hands in front of the heart center. And let's pause for a moment and just check in. Start by being aware of the soles of the feet connecting to the earth. Just visualize roots growing out from the soles of the feet and down into the earth. And just sense that intimate connection that you have with the earth as you stand on the ground. Feel the length in your spine. Feel your ears stacked over the tops of your shoulders, stacked over the top of your thigh bones, stacked over your ankles. And if you feel out of kilter at all, just make a subtle adjustment so you feel like a tall and sturdy tree. Now relax your arms. Let's take the right foot forward and the left foot to the back. And let's come into a reverse warrior. Your right foot is toward the front, your left foot is about 45. And again, you want to sense that rooting with the earth. Now let's come into a side angle pose, bring the forearm down and just stretching the left arm over. You can wrap to the waist if you feel discomfort in your shoulder. It's a nice way to modify. Now let's just flow from our reverse warrior into our side angle. Nice and slow. A couple more times. Remember, you can flow into the wrap too if you want. Last time. And then step forward. And let's take your thumbs out in front. Inhale, look at your thumbs. Exhale, look beyond. Inhale, look at your thumbs. Exhale, look beyond. Inhale, look at your thumbs. Exhale, look beyond. Now look at your thumbs. Lower your left arm. Just look at your thumb and keep your head steady. Follow it to the right and follow it back with your eye. Follow it and back to the center. 2 more times. And 1 more time. Now lower it down and switch sides. Left thumb up. Follow. Just sweep your gaze out to the side. Back, just strengthening those muscles in your eyes. Your eyes are muscles too. And so it's good to activate them. Okay, now lower it down. And now let's step back with the right leg. Coming into our reverse warrior. Nice fluid breath. Lengthen the back of the neck. Lengthen the side body all the way down to the waist. Melt your right shoulder down. Now let's come down to side angle with the forearm resting. Stretch the arm over, or you can wrap to the waist. Just find stability and ease in this pose. Connect to the earth. Now flow, reverse the warrior, and then come into side angle. Reverse the warrior. Feel very fluid, like you're moving through water. And 1 more time. And now step forward. And now let's just move our eyes in circles. So circle up and around. up and around. Just try to do as big of a sweep of the eyeballs around as you can. One more time. And now go the opposite way. Nice big circle. And now just close your eyes and rub your palms together. And put your warm palms on your closed eyes. And just feel your eyes relaxing. And all the tiny muscles around your eyes relaxing. And just relax your arms at your side and slowly open your eyes. Let's take the hands in front of the heart center. And let's take an inhale, stretch to the sky, raise the gaze. Exhale, dive down to a forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back to plank. Stay here for a few breaths, or come to kneeling or forearm plank if that feels better for your body right now. Keep the neck in alignment with the rest of the spine. Now take an inhale, and then exhale, just lower your chest to the mat. Place the hands one on top of the other with the elbows sticking out, and then bring the soles of the feet together. Coming into a froggy pose. You want to bring the feet up as much as you can comfortably. So you're opening the hips here. And then we're going to just do an exercise, a little froggy exercise to stabilize your hip joint. So as you exhale, squeeze the soles of the feet together and tighten your gluteal muscles. And then inhale, relax. Try to stay very soft in your upper body as you do this. Pressing the soles of the feet together and releasing. Pressing soles of the feet together, releasing. When you have stable muscles and ligaments and tendons around the joint, then the joint tends to move with more ease and comfort. That's what we're working toward, is really stabilizing all of our joints. Also maintaining good flexibility and mobility. Let's do one more. Now let's lengthen the legs back. And let's stretch the fingertips back toward the ankles and lift up to locust pose. Separate the space between the head and the feet. Really feel long and open in the vertebrae. Open the fronts of the shoulders a little bit, so your chest feels broad. Stay with your breath and feel those spinal extensors working. This is how we stabilize the spine, by keeping all the spinal extensors really strong. All those muscles that hug your vertebrae, keep them in proper alignment. Let's melt down and rest for a couple of breaths. And let's do a little flow. Exhale, lift up. And inhale, really slowly melt down. Feel that control. Instead of just letting yourself fall down, You're going down very, very slowly, centimeter by centimeter. Couple more. Now take the hands alongside the ears. Rest the elbows down. Exhale, lift the head, turn it to the right, bring the left heel in. Inhale, stretch the leg out, rest the ear down. Exhale, lift, turn the head to the left. Right heel comes in. Inhale, lay the ear down. Exhale, turn to the right, left heel comes in. Inhale, lay the ear down. Just loosening the neck and getting a little stretch through the quadriceps here. One more each side. Now take the hands alongside the ears and let's push it up, shifting over onto our seat. Feel free to sit on a folded blanket if that's more comfortable for you, and lengthen the legs out. Place your hands next to your hips. Lengthen your spine up, flex the feet back, and come into Dandasana, stack pose. Engage your thigh muscles so you feel all the ligaments and tendons and muscles around the knee activating. Lengthen your spine. Feel the flow of your breath and start to visualize it rising from the sacrum all the way to the crown of the head and descending back down. All the way from Muladhara chakra to Sahasrara chakra. Now let's inhale, stretch the fingertips up. Exhale, come into a seated forward fold. Continue to maintain that length in the spine. Keep the back of the neck lengthened. Look towards your big toes. Melt the belly toward the thighs as you come into this Paschimottanasana. Now let's slowly come up. Bring the right foot into the center. Lift up and settle into the sit bones, flexing the left foot back. Inhale up, exhale, melt forward. Lengthen your spine out toward your toes. Back of the neck is lengthened. Gaze toward the big toes. Try not to round in the upper back. Try to draw your shoulder blades. Feel them sliding down the rib cage. Now slowly come up. Extend the leg. Now bring the left foot in. Lift up and settle into the sit bone. Lengthen your spine. Flex the right toes back. Engage your thigh. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, melt into Janu Shirshasana. Nice fluid breath. Continue to feel the breath rising up and down the spine, nourishing all 7 of your energy centers, flowing up and down the Sushumna Nadi, your principal nadi that follows your spine. Now slowly come up, extend the leg. Now bring the right foot down, placing the foot a little bit away from your left leg, flexing the feet, wrapping the hands around the front of the knee, and elevating the spine. Feel so lengthened in your spine. like you're stretching out your vertebrae, lengthening them upward, crown of the head stretching to the sky. Now sweep that right hand around the back and take the left hand or elbow on the outside of the knee. Look over the shoulder. Lengthen your spine. Now release it. Lengthen the right leg out. Take the left foot in, flexing the right foot, engaging the thigh. Wrap the hands around the front of the knee and really lengthen your spine upward. It's that strength in your core muscles that enables you to maintain good posture, not only when you're practicing, but all day long. And that's why we work to strengthen the abdominal muscles and we work to strengthen the spinal muscles. Now sweep your left hand around back, right hander on the outside of the knee, look over the shoulder, lengthen your spine. And now release it. Now let's take the soles of the feet together and then push them out into a diamond shape and just let the head drop. Round the spine, just relax the spine a little bit here. Really notice your breath. Slowly coming up. And let's come back down onto our backs. Feel free to have that blanket to rest the head on. I only have it just folded once for my head because I don't want to have anything that would take my neck out of alignment with the rest of the spine. Just a slight cushioning is often all you need. Let's take the knees in toward the chest. Just feel that lower back relaxing here. Notice the length of your breath. And now release your knees. Cross your right leg over your left, splaying the feet. And then rolling the knees in toward the chest. We're going to come into a supine cow face pose. You can take a hold of your knees, lower legs, or feet as you stretch your hips out. Feel the glutes and piriformis muscles lengthening. Now release it. Uncross the legs, left over the right, splay the feet. Come into that cow face pose. Let your hands land wherever it feels right for you. And now release it. Uncross the legs. Ankles are under the knees, about hip width apart. Rest your palms gently on the earth. Make sure your neck feels lengthened and the backs of your shoulders are comfortable on the earth. And let's exhale and just tuck and lift up to bridge. Thighs rise to the sky. Remember, if you want more back bend, you can interlace the fingers under your hips and walk the outsides of the shoulders in. If you find that your knees are not tracking over the toes. You can also take a block and you can put that between the thighs just to keep that alignment optimal there. Now let's slowly melt down one vertebrae at a time. We're going to come into modified shoulder stand. You can roll the knees in and extend the legs up, or you can lift up to bridge and place the block under the sacrum, rest your palms and take the knees in and up. Full shoulder stands only if you have no neck problems and know how to do it safely. Now slowly come out of your shoulder stand and take the knees back in toward the chest. Feel free to move a little here if that feels good to you. Now release your knees and start to settle into a comfortable position for Shavasana. Do whatever you need to do to find comfort. If you want to put your feet up on the wall or up on a chair, or put a bolster underneath the knees, feel free to do so. Softly close your eyes and just allow yourself to relax. Now, on your next breath, you're going to inhale for 7 and just tense everything up in your body. And then as you exhale, just go ha, ha, just kind of a double exhale. And do that 2 more times. Inhaling for 7, tense, 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 tense. Ha, ha, let it go. And one more time. Ha, ha. And just settle completely into stillness now. Just giving yourself this opportunity to rest. And I'll share a belly breathing shavasana with you from Glenda Cedarleaf's Guide for Writing and Recording Guided Imagery Meditations. It's a wonderful book. You're going to practice a way of breathing that you can do several times a day. It's easy to do, and it stimulates the vagus nerve that helps your body to calm and relax. Your body always remembers to breathe during the day and the night. Sometimes when we're stressed, our breathing changes and it becomes shallow and fast. And when we breathe slowly and deeply, we can feel calmer again. So let's begin to practice a special way of breathing. Place your hands on your navel. Feel your hands on your belly. This is the center of your body, your core. There is Always lots of energy here in your belly. Imagine that here in your belly, there's a small glow that grows brighter and brighter, and it becomes a balloon or a ball. And you can make it any color that you like. As you breathe in, this balloon gets bigger and bigger. And each time you breathe out, your belly falls down flat, and the balloon or ball flattens too. So let's continue, focusing now, gently drawing the air in. As you breathe in, notice the cool air smoothly coming in through your nose or mouth. Notice how it feels as it passes through your windpipe, gently filling your lungs. When your lungs have fully filled, your belly has expanded, and you can now breathe out as your belly flattens again. Practice this in and out breath with curiosity, just letting yourself feel this experience in your body. Continue breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now that your breath has begun to slow, we're going to add a pause at the top of the breath. Feel your belly fill like a balloon. Pause at the top of the breath for several seconds, and then slowly breathe out. Again, breathe in, fill your belly like a balloon. Hold the breath. And then exhale very slowly. And again, breathe in. Pause. And breathe out. As you continue to practice this, you will notice how it feels to let your belly grow and become small again, and how the warm air easily passes through your windpipe and out through your mouth. You will notice your breathing in and out, calming your mind and body and spirit. And if your mind wanders, it's okay. Just gently bring your attention back to your breathing in and out, and to the air coming in and filling your lungs and filling your belly, and the warm air gently flowing back out. As you attend to your breathing, you might also begin to say a soothing word to yourself for the in-breath and for the out-breath. This can be your word today that reminds you of something that makes you feel calm. Breathe in and fill your lungs. Fill your belly and imagine the ball or balloon. Imagine its color and the size of it as it fills your belly. Hold for a count of 4 or 5, whatever is comfortable for you. And then breathe out slowly and let your belly go flat and let your body relax. Keeping that calming word with you. And know that you can use this breathing as a tool to let go and relax and come back to your body anytime you need to. Anytime you need to come back to yourself, back to being aware of the miracle of breathing. Notice your body resting on the earth. Feel your body's outline and form. Feel the earth's support underneath you and the space around you. Now bring some slow movements into your fingers and toes. And when you feel ready, roll over onto your right side for a couple of slow, deep breaths, relaxed and resting. And when you feel ready, slowly make your way back up to seated. Let's take the hands in front of the heart center. And if you'd like, you can join me for an Om. We'll take a deep inhale and then we'll say Om. Deep inhale. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Namaste.